The Diesel Repair Shop. They see diesel engine problems every day, from a minor sensor issue all the way to a new engine swap. These diesel techs have seen it all. But what diesel engine problem is the most common? Well, that is what we're going to be asking these 5 diesel techs. What is the most common problem they see on a diesel truck? We are outside of Ash Automotive, and behind me are the 5 diesel techs that work here. And today I'm going to be asking them what is the most common problem that they see on a diesel truck, or all the diesels that come in here really, and also what you guys can do to prevent the problem in the future. Without further ado, I'm going to be asking each one of the techs here what they see and how to prevent it. Stay tuned, let's get right into it. This is Justin, one of the diesel techs here at Ash Automotive. Justin, I gotta ask you, what is one of the most common problems that you guys see here at Ash Automotive strictly on a diesel truck?
I would say probably high pressure fuel pumps or high pressure oil pumps like 7.3s and stuff.
Y'all are working on one right now, right? Over there, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yeah, CP4s, CP3s occasionally. We see VP44s go out a lot. There's a lot of them. High pressure fuel pumps, fuel systems, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. What's the best thing that somebody could do to prevent it?
Honestly, be on top of your fuel filters, and then also we have a product called BG Lubricity.
Yeah.
It's like a fuel conditioner, but it's a lubrication. A lot of these trucks, we have not as much sulfur in the gas like we do, like they do in Germany where they built the pump. That lubricity kind of gets a lubricant in there to help it, you know, stay alive, really.
Yeah. I got a couple questions online that said they were asking what kind of car the techs actually drive, what diesel or truck that the techs actually drive. So I'm going to ask you that question. What kind of car do you guys drive?
I drive a 2018 Chevy 1500 4x4. Yes, sir.
Gasser?
Yeah, it's a gasser. It's 5.3. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you don't drive a diesel. Why is that?
I mean, right now I want one, but it's gas is expensive, man. Our diesel is expensive. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna wait for it to come down if it ever does. But
I know you used to drive a 6.0. What was your favorite thing about the 6.0?
Man, the boost. I had a big turbo on the thing, and it was deleted and all that stuff. It would keep up with 6.7 for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. This is Robert. He's the shop floorman here at Ash Automotive. But Robert, what is one of the most common problems that you guys see here on a diesel truck?
I'm gonna have to say it's emission-related issues and probably front ends.
So would you say front end stuff more on like the newer trucks or like the older trucks? What brand do you see like the front end issues with?
We're probably gonna say Ford's newer,
okay.
Dodge's mid-2000s.
Okay, so, and you're referring to pretty much the death wobble and a lot of loose steering components.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially on Dodges in the mid-2000s, they're gonna have a lot more just ball joints, front ends just going out just probably every 50-60,000 miles.
Well, like Justin said earlier in the video, we had a 7.3 getting an H-pop back there. We also have a Ford 2021 getting a whole new front end up there. So they're definitely not fibbing with you guys when they say what the most common problem is here, because it is in here right now. For the emissions related problems, what can people do to kind of prevent that from happening, like clogging up the filters and stuff like that?
Emissions, it's really going to be running them, just letting them idle too long now.
Yeah.
They just don't like that. You got to drive them and let them regen.
Yeah, that's something you said yesterday too, is that these bigger companies are letting their trucks idle for hours and hours on end. Why is that bad for the diesel engine?
Well, you've got to be able to pump the injector and let it flow through the catalytic system, the DEF system, and actually clean it out so it's going out the exhaust pipe.
I know that a lot of these newer emission stuff, if they keep going into like an active regen, they wear out a lot faster. Is that true?
Going into an active regen and then you're shutting the vehicle down.
Okay, gotcha.
That's hurting.
Gotcha. So so short trips is what you're saying. Short trips kill these engines.
Exactly.
Yeah. A lot of people want to know what the actual techs drive. So what kind of car do you daily drive on a daily basis?
I have a 2001 Chevy Suburban.
So it's not a diesel. Not a diesel. So why do you drive a gas?
Bought it. I just like it. It's done me good, and I've got about 300,000 miles on it, and just you know, do maintenance on it.
Yeah. This is Rob, one of the diesel techs here, and he's actually working on a F-150 right now. But Rob, I have a question for you. What is the most common problem that you guys see, in your opinion, in the shop here?
Definitely regen and NOx sensors being bad. There'll be a lot of diesel trucks. They'll be in the oil field and they'll just sit there and idle and idle and idle and idle and idle. They never drive it for, I don't know, 80 to 100 miles after that, just to let it regen.
Yeah.
It'll end up taking out the NOx sensors. It'll end up clogging up the DPF, the SRC, all that type of stuff. So
what did you say yesterday was one of the problems that you said earlier? I think it was a Ram 3500, something with the Ram 3500.
Oh, yeah. So there for a while, Ram 2500 and 3500, we were getting a lot of ABS modules.
Okay.
Like they would have a General Electric failure inside them.
Yeah.
And I mean, I probably went through about 10 within like 3 months.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and the very first one we tried to replace just the electric portion of the ABS module, not the hydraulic, but no, every single one of them, it's like they're paired up or something. You have to replace both the hydraulic and the electric portion.
Holy cow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But I wanted to ask you as well, what like kind of truck do you, or car do you drive on a daily basis?
Chevy 1500.
Gasser too.
Yeah, 5.3 for sure.
Everybody seems to be driving a gas vehicle around here, and I'm interviewing you guys for diesel trucks, which is kind of crazy.
It was a 2018. I bought it with 70,000 miles on it. I think I changed the oil like 3 times.
Oh wow. So it was it definitely held up to its standards, I guess you could say. This is Brendan. He is the kind of office manager, I guess you could say, here at Asher Automotive, and he writes up all the tickets. He sees all kind of what comes in and out of the shop. So Brendan, when the people come in, what do you see like the most often ticket when people come in?
See a lot of front end work, and we also see a lot of like crankcase filters causing oil leaks. We see a lot of those as well, because people forget about those in general maintenance.
So that's usually a $500 ticket. What would the ticket be if they come in with an oil leak?
I mean, it ranges. You know, sometimes those crankcase filters take out rear main seals. It turn into, you know, $2,400 repairs just from not changing them.
Yeah. So long story short, change your crankcase filter, right? I asked all the diesel techs what you could do to prevent it, but you're not really part of the tech business. But I was going to ask all of the other techs, I'm going to ask you this: what kind of truck do you drive yourself?
Well, I've had a Ford, 2018 Ford. I've also had a 2019 Ram.
What do you drive currently?
Just a regular car.
Everybody freaking here drives a damn gasser. I don't know why. All the automotive people. I drive a diesel, so it's like I can't really relate to them because I've never driven a gas car. What kind of car do you drive right now? Like what?
A Hyundai Palisade.
What year?
2023.
2023 Honda? Dang, so everybody drives a gas. It's cheaper to drive a gas, I guess more efficient to drive a gas. How many miles is on it? Well, pretty much brand new, right?
Yeah, about 9,000.
9,000. What did you like about those diesel engines?
I like the longevity of them. I like the trucks in general just because they're bigger trucks over like the 1500s or you know, the F-150s. Mainly the longevity of them.
What kind of problems did you see with any of those trucks that you drove?
Well, my Ram was on big tires and lifted, so it had the normal wheel bearing starting to go out, and the steering box just needed to be upgraded.
Yeah.
The tires are oversized. So.
Okay. What did you like more, the Ram or the Ford?
The Ford.
The Ford?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Had more room.
Had more room?
Had more room in the cabin. My knee was on the Dodge up against the dash.
Gotcha.
Where the Ford, you sit back and just have a lot more room.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir, of course.
Yeah. This is Paul. He's the manager here at Asher Automotive, and he kind of sees what goes on at the shop every day, all around the vehicles. So, Paul, I'm going to ask you the same question as all the techs did. What is the most common problem that you guys see here?
For us, probably the most common problem is going to be probably suspension. Suspension
Gotcha.
issues. We work on mainly trucks.
You're talking about death wobble like this one right here.
Yeah, 3/4 ton, 1 ton trucks. I would say that just the sheer weight and the usage that these people drive these trucks, where they drive them, how they drive them, things like that.
Would you say the problems get worse if they install like a leveler lift?
It does. It changes the geometry of the vehicle when you raise it up like that. It just puts a lot more strain, a lot more stress on those parts. And they're all wearable parts. They've got rubber bushings, they've got joints that wear out, you know, just things that are going to wear out over time anyway. And then you add in another whole level problems to it, and it'll just create more and more and more and more of that.
Would you say the same thing for bigger tires too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime you add more weight to the vehicle than it was originally designed for, you're going to create more of those issues.
Yeah. What is like the one thing people could do to like prevent front end problems?
There's really not a way to prevent suspension failures. Just like I said, they're all wearable parts. What you can do is you can try to help to prolong it, keep good tires on it. You can not try to hit every bump in the road, you know, sometimes you can't help it if you got to go off-road or if you're out in a pasture or something like that, but keeping your vehicle aligned, tires rotated, brakes are another thing. Having good brakes will help with suspension as well. So having the truck checked out periodically by a reputable shop and have them tell you, you know, hey, you're looking at this next month, or hey, you're looking at this down the line, and just stay on top of those things.
Asher Automotive has a YouTube channel here, guys, and they actually just did a video on this one, and exactly what Paul was talking about, a front end shakedown, is what they kind of do to see if there's any problems with it. And we did find something. So if you guys want to watch that video, I'll leave the YouTube channel, Asher Automotive's YouTube channel, down in the description down below where you guys can find it. Yeah, if you guys want to bring your truck into Asher Automotive to have it shook down, to have everything kind of looked at, worked on, you guys can. I'll leave all their information down in the description down below. But that being said, that's it for this one. Peace out, guys.